Okay, so right now we are going to go through the multiple choice questions. It comes in various formats. Sometimes you need to select one option out of four options, or sometimes you need to select not only four but like you would get five options and you should choose two of the options. We are going to see some specific multiple choice questions which has four options and you need to choose only one out of four. Okay, so we do have neurostatistics as a passage name. Whatever passage you see the title, you should read that and develop interest on it. Many of you would not have any idea about what neurostatistics mean, but suggesting just with the neuro, so relating with the brain, you can think of that what you would be expecting. And then you have to read first paragraph, one in one words, understand it. Okay, so let's begin that. An emerging discipline called neurostatistics is seeking to bring scientific objectivity to the study of art and has already given us a better understanding of many masterpieces. So we see the definition of neurostatistics, which we didn't know at the beginning, has been given a its description. We can see the definitions been given. So it's a new discipline, new subject that finds that seeks scientific objectivity to the study of the arts. Means it's the study of the arts that has science. Okay, and it has given better understanding of many masterpieces. So it has helped us to like know the masterpieces. Means masterpieces, we can refer it as some diagram, something like that. The blurred imagery of impressionist paintings seems to stimulate the brain's amygdala. For instance, since the amygdala plays a crucial role in our feelings, that finding might explain why many people find these pieces so moving. So what we got like from the second sentence is the blurred imagery of the impressionist painting seems to stimulate the brain's amygdala. So the blurred imagery means the drawing, the art thing. If that's blurred, that does what? That stimulates. What does it stimulate? Brain amygdala. So what is it? For instance, since the amygdala plays a crucial role in our feelings, so amygdala is a brain component and that has a role in our feeling, right? And that might find that finding might explain why might people find these pieces so moving. So why these pieces means like these masterpieces or the like images that hit our brain. So this is the very interesting factor that has been something that we can understand right from this passage. So now we'll go through the questions. So if you do this as a like fresh question, you need to see like whether this information is asked as a question in some way or not, but we are specifically looking towards the multiple choice, and our multiple choice starts with the second paragraph. I do suggest in exam to read first paragraph even though you are going to start from second paragraph, because you would not only be doing multiple choice question. For instance, for these questions, so it has like multiple choice question, after that it has this summary, and also like it has true false not given, and the information that we just read could be located somewhere. Okay, maybe in same over here on in the summary type of questions or true false, even if it does not lie even on your first questions of the passage that you see or we are going to look at. So our question says in the second paragraph the writer refers to a shape matching test in order to illustrate. What does he want to prove or illustrate by showing a shape matching test in the second paragraph? So in the second paragraph, let's see over here. Could the same approach also shed light on abstract 20th century pieces, from Mondarian's geometrical blocks of colors to Pollock's seemingly haphazard arrangements of the splash paint on canvas? So this information is not like relevant to us. So we see shape matching test. You can like directly search for shape matching if you can find. So what you can do is you can like quickly read out without producing sound or with producing sound, no problem. Just search for the shape matching test, and you might skip some kind of words. Haphazard, this we just read. Skeptics, work simply, certainly, inclination, asked, perception, decision, matching, shape, rotated image, often choose wrong answer, and C same. So I just saw kind of like something with the matching and decisions such as matching shape, so rotated image. So matching a shape, so this was the point that we could find the information that we need. This this is the thing that we call as scanning. Okay, you get a word from here, and then like same word or like the paraphrased word you search over here and find it. Okay, what I just did was called scanning. Once you find it, then you should know what is being talked about. So when asked to make simple perpetual decisions such as matching a shape to its rotated image, for example, people often choose a definitely wrong answers if they see others doing the same. Okay, then like people choose the wrong answer, and it is easy to imagine that the mentality would have even more impact on fuzzy concept like art appreciation where there is no right or the wrong answers. So let's see the options. So shape matching test, why it has been like given to listed what? The subjective nature of art appreciations. We didn't get that kind of thing. Just with the content that we read, this line particularly for the shape matching, right? And it does not tell anything about subjective nature of the art appreciation. The reliance of modern art on abstract forms, we even do not have any idea about reliance of modern art on abstract forms. Our tendency to be influenced by opinions of others. We could be influenced by others. Close. The information is there. People choose another answers if they see other people doing so. And let's even check with the D. A common problem encountered when processing visual data. A common problem encountered. So we have not seen the problem when processing visual data, but people follow. Even D is close, but more specifically C has the like best option, right? It says we are influenced. The problem is like we are influenced, right? So C would be more better answer than the D. People could choose D also sometime. D is not like a wrong answer, but comparing to C, it would be wrong, right? And only one option is right among these four options. Okay, so then our answer would be what? C. With the next question, Angela Howley Dolan's finding indicate that the people. So what would Angela Howley Dolan's finding do? Let's see. We have Angela Howley Dolan over here, and what has she found that we should know? And we can just do a scan over here because we need to find exactly what she has done. So after Boston College, Massachusetts responded to this debate by asking volunteers to view pairs. So means the main thing is she asked volunteers to view pair of painting, either creation of the famous abstract artist or dawdlers of the infant, chimps and the elephants. So she has this kind of a little kind of experiment. So there's a famous artist creations versus doodles of the infants. Then they had to judge which they preferred. A third of the paintings were given no captions, while many were labeled incorrectly. Volunteers might think they were viewing a chimp's messy brushstrokes when they were actually seeing an acclaimed masterpiece. In each set of trials, volunteers generally preferred the work of renowned artists, even when they believe it was by animal or a child. So this line is a bit important over here. In each set of trials, volunteers generally prefer. So there were three categories of paintings, and the name was changed, like where the caption of the expert people paintings were changed, like it was made by doodles. It was told like that. The caption was changed, and the doodles painting, it was like the name was given with the great painters, and also there were no captions kind of thing also. So in his trials, volunteers generally preferred the work of renowned artists even when they believed it was by animal or a child. So it seems that the viewers can sense the artist's vision in paintings even if they can't explain why. Okay, so with this information, what has she done? So findings indicate that actually people like the better art, though they are named as the babies or the dolls, doodles, right? So check with the options. Mostly favor works of art which they know well. We have not seen any kind of favoring thing based upon the knowing of previous thing, hold fixed ideas about what makes a good work of art. Even like we have no idea what is considered that makes as a good work of art, right? Are often misled by their initial expectation of work of art. So are they misled by their initial expectation? We have not seen any expectations of the viewers. Have the ability to perceive the intention behind works of art. So here, so people can perceive the intention behind the works of art. This means, so it seems that the viewer can sense the artist's visions in painting, if even if they can't explain why. This just matches over here, right? For that reason, we are going to choose the option D. Let me also tell you that the answer was on the last line, right? Without ever even reading these things, if you search with this last line or the first line and inspect with the option, there are chances that you could be satisfied to choose one of the option. Okay, for now we are going in a long way. So now we have the next question. Results of the studies involving robot propels pieces suggest that people. Okay, so we need to go with the studies from the robot propels. So let's see, we have Robert Preppel just over here, an artist based in Cardiff University. So what does his study suggest? Creates ambiguous work that are neither entirely abstract nor clearly representational. In one study, Preppel and his collaborator asked volunteers to decide how powerful they considered an artwork to be and whether they saw anything familiar in the piece. The longer they took to answer these questions, the more highly they rated the piece under scrutiny, means under close examination, and the greater their neural activity. It would seem that the brain sees these images as puzzles, and the harder it is to decipher the meaning, the more rewarding is the moment of recognition. So here also, the longer they took to answer, so he has like this kind of questions, and then he engages the volunteers, and what we can see is the longer they took answer to these questions, the more highly they rated the piece under scrutiny, and greater their neural activity. It would seem that the brain sees this image as puzzle, and like solving them was kind of fun thing along with this kind of information. Let's see these options now. So see here, can appreciate a painting without fully understanding it. We see like more digging has been done with the people. They spend really more time and find it. So not the A. Find it satisfying to work out what a painting represents. So they feel satisfying. We can get as the close meaning over here. So it would seem that the brain sees these images as puzzles, and the harder to decipher the meaning, the more rewarding. So brain is more rewarded, means of course satisfying. It just matches. Let's see with the C, vary widely in the time they spend looking at the paintings. We do not have anything about the time. Lastly, generally prefer representational art to abstract art. So even like there is no comparison between the representational and the abstract over here. So we didn't see any kind of comparison. So the option would be find it satisfying. That's the option B. So next we go with the next question. So here, what do experiments described in the fifth paragraph suggest? So about the Mondarian. So fifth paragraph is just like along this one, and this is Mondarian, of course you can see. And what does Mondarian experiment suggest? Before telling this one, I must mention that here, like the answer was also found from the last line. If you just read this last line and compare, you can easily choose over this one. So there are like most of the questions which would be located in the first line and the last line. Be sure to analyze them if you are in hurry. Or now like we're going with the 30. So Mondarian, what does his experiment suggest? So, and what about the artists such as Mondarian, whose painting consists of exclusively horizontal and the vertical lines encasing blocks of colors? Mondarian's works are decisively simple, but eye tracking studies confirm that they are meticulously composed, and that simply rotating a piece radially changes the way we view it. With the originals, volunteers' eye tended to stay longer on certain places in the images, but with the altered version, they would flit across the piece more rapidly. As a result, volunteers considered the altered version less pleasurable when they later read the work. So what we can see over here is Mondarian just has a kind of experiment. So which painting consists of exclusively horizontal and the vertical lines encasing blocks of color. So he has a painting that had horizontal and vertical lines with a block of colors and are decisively simple, but eye tracking still confirms that they are meticulously composed. Means they are composed, they are made in a different way. They are simply rotating a piece radially changes the way we view it. So how we see that is altered if we rotate the object. With the originals, volunteers' eye tended to stay longer on certain piece in the image, but with altered version, they would flit across a piece more rapidly. As a result, volunteer would not like the altered version. So with the original volunteer, I tended to stay longer on certain place. So when they see the original picture for longer time, if they are altered, they are not perceived as the better things. So let's compare with the options. They are more carefully put together than they appear. Of course, once you rotate, then they are changed, and they can be interpreted in a number of different ways. A number of different ways. This has not been presented. Of course, the views can be changed, but it does not suggest number of different ways. Maybe only two ways, two views of the same object, not the different ways. It suggests that there are high number of interpretations that can be made, the B. So we are not going to use B. This challenge our assumptions about shape and color. So our assumptions about shape and color, actually, like, there is no assumptions of us in terms of shape and color. Assumptions is in the place of liking. So with one kind of thing that is stayed longer, we see that, and if it is altered, then we do not like it. So assumptions is like made in terms of liking the picture or not, and they are easier to appreciate than more than other abstract work. This has not been talked over there. So we are going to choose the option, the first one, A. So let it be A, and we completed this multiple choice question. So this is how you do these things, and if you wanna try them, you can practice from the books. That books would be the better thing. Something shortcut that we found over this experimentation was, like question number 29, you found the answer from the last line. For the 28 also, Angela Horin, so when they believe it was by animals, so this also answer was found even with the last line, right? And for this first question, we had to go along with the kind of full paragraph. And for the question number 30, fifth paragraph suggests about the Mondarian. For the Mondarian, we have to read. So there would be answers, something that you can find very quickly also. Sometimes you need to go into the paragraphs, read it, understand it, and solve it. This is how the multiple choice question is supposed to be done. And you could also get sometimes to choose among 5 options and choose for one. The right answer would be two from. Sometimes you could be getting questions that has 5 options and 2 of the options would be right. Okay, so keep practicing. If you get any problems, of course we will be looking at each other. I would hope to help you over any mistakes that you have come across. So this much. Have a great time.